I'm going to give football performance a go today, so I'm going to be with Coach Arron, and he's going to run me through one of the full body pre-season sessions for football. So a little bit different to me. I've been training in my Built for Life kind of phase, but we're going to bring in a little bit more athletic training. So Aaron's going to come in, we're going to tell you the rationale behind some of the exercises, the programming, the periodization that can help you understand a little bit more about our football performance plan. So jump in and take a look. Right, Az, before we go into the actual session, I'm looking at this. We got the pre-season plan in front of us because we're currently in the middle of pre-season, aren't we?
Yeah.
What is the training split you've gone for in the week? What do you like working with from like a, people always love the question, what's the best training split in the week? Upper, lower, full, running, all this. So how have you done it and why have you structured it in that way?
So I think obviously with our structures currently, so we've got two conditionings, 2 conditioning sessions and 2 total body sessions. So they split more of a longer conditioning run. For example, we've got a lot of zone 2 running that's going to sort of get some decent distance without sort of tiring people out. And then we've got one specific run that's sort of periodized from the start towards the end then. And then we have 2 total body splits, which is nice and easy because obviously
they're like full body gym sessions,
you
mean?
Full body. So we got 1 posterior, 1 anterior, push and pull. And we just, although we're still pre-season, we're trying to get away from the gym, or not get away from the gym, but we're trying to ensure that people still got time with their family, still got time to recover. We're still in that phase. So yeah, nice and easy, 2 conditioning sessions, 2 total body sessions.
So for those who might not know then, what's the difference between a posterior full body and an anterior full body? What's the difference between posterior and anterior?
So typically, posterior is everything sort of back, so hamstrings, glutes, back, calves and things like that. So we sort of use that as a chain. Anterior is then going to be your squat pattern, so your quads. We pair that up with your chest-based exercise, your horizontal pushes and things like that. So nice. Anterior is everything in front, posterior is everything behind.
Nice, okay, right, so let's go for full body 1, wouldn't it, we're going to go for. So let's tap into this and have a look.
Full body 1, so this is exposure strength. So this is, we've had a few weeks prior, and this is our first sort of exposure to power, basically. Yeah. So we use it's sort of a contrast method, so it's heavy light. So we're looking to we're still stimulating that nerve system in regards to like compound movement. So we're going to use a hex bar today, which again, that's going to be posterior. Yeah. And then we're going to superset that with a light set. So we're going to stimulate the nerve system to recruit those muscle fibers, and then we're going to just transfer that into power then.
Yeah, nice.
So using a lighter set. So rough guide is like 85% of our 1RM into 50%.
Okay, cool. I've been doing double leg ISOs on this, so like hopefully now this single leg. So it's a single leg 10-second ISO.
Single leg 10 seconds.
That'll be good for me.
Up and over, fully activated.
Let's go left leg so I can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, left leg, and just tuck that one over them whoops.
Yeah, just like that. What do you mean you tuck it over? What do you mean?
Yeah,
sorry?
just bend, just
to make sure it's out.
Engage it. Yes, you want to activate that left side.
Also,
there.
I got a question for you. Does the knee bend or not? I see some people with a knee dead, like so this working leg, their leg is dead straight.
I think
some have
everything's just like a soft kney. So soft kney is just slightly in between, so it's not dead straight and it's not bent.
So it just gets a bit more hammy in there. Okay.
So almost like a run specific way.
Okay.
Because you're just holding up in there. So everything's sort of engaging in there now. Just 10 seconds. So we will try and encourage you to use some load in between.
Fuck. So that's a good progression for me because I've been doing the double leg ISOs.
Yeah.
Now a short single leg ISO is good.
Good, so tuck that up. Yeah, so that chain, so everything is the shoulders, hips, knees aligned. Should feel that nice with now, yeah?
Fuck.
That's working, to be fair.
Yeah, does that feel decent?
So we have got 3 working sets. So if you can sort of progress, obviously we're in the power phase, we want to try and switch things on. If you can load it, even if kettlebell dumbbell, even if it's like 5 kilos, it's still encouraging that.
Yeah, nice. How did you treat when you were at City, the elder, I say elder, like your sort of mid-30 lads versus the younger ones? What's the biggest difference in the programming with them boys that you adjusted?
I think for football, it's adherence. It's making sure that you're ticking those boxes any way you can. I know it's not a perfect answer. Sometimes, for example, if we're squatting for a phase, it might not be the perfect answer, but if they're not feeling great, they're not feeling beat up, and we can roll them out just by doing a leg extension, something different. So at least you're still getting that load through the quad or that anterior chain, and you know, you're not you're keeping them on side and you're keeping them feeling good.
It's a good answer, is what you do at the top end. Do you know what I mean? It's it's factual, you know.
I think it might, I don't know, you could tell me differently, Ross, but with footballers, it's more about making sure they're feeling great on a Saturday and making sure they know they've done enough and they're not feeling tired, not feeling like any DOMs. They want to roll out onto the pitch feeling great, where rugby is probably opposite, where you can probably get by feeling a bit beat up, I think.
Do you know what, actually, it's pretty similar. We had a really good coach and he was always like people might have heard me say this before, they always say like injury prevention is the #1 thing. And if you've got any creaks or niggles, like let us know rather than let it get worse. So like it's very similar actually. Like it's all about the weekend. And you just do in the week what you can to assist that. You shouldn't be like, like senior players would say, it's like the game is on Saturday, it's not on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So like train for that. So it's like, it's similar in both environments.
But I think it's like, it's knowing your athletes, obviously, the more you work with them, the more you get to know them. It's just ticking that box. It might be, like I say, if
so it's the older boys who normally you turn to a leg extension. That's what you mean.
Yeah,
the
it might even be
lads
like it's never perfect. Although we've all got these pre-planned loading schemes and reps and things like that, and how we want the sort of the month or the year to look. But it might be a case you get them in a split squat for an isometric and just load them heavy, or we used to use the Kaiser machine quite a lot.
I did see that on the second full body actually.
Yeah,
the second one, wouldn't it?
Just stimulate in any way you can sometimes.
God, do you know what, I used to do this, right? Sorry, excuse my language. I used to do that with a 60 kilo bar, single leg.
Really?
Oh my God, now I'm doing it as body weight again.
Do you want to try it dumbbell, see how it feels?
Go on, I'll try it.
Can I keep that
got a 1.25. So this is a nice progression for someone then who finds 10-second body weight too easy.
Keep that torso stabilised as well.
Do you know what, my lefty is a bit stronger as well, because I tore my right one, so it's always the one I got to really focus on.
Do you use a lot of these in rehab when you tore it then?
Oh God, I mean that's why I'm really hot on even hamstrings now.
Yeah.
Because if I know it's big for running, obviously. Like it sounds that people can forget how much your hamstrings in running. So I never neglect hammy exercises. You brought in some lovely new ones, which I've been enjoying doing as well. We've got Nordics today, have we?
We have got Nordics today as well, so we'll have
always doing
hammy strength.
So it's a nice bit of hammy today. So so if you could do body weight, chuck a 5 on here, and then 10 seconds.
Yeah, perfect. So keep that aligned.
That's a lot better. Yeah, you can just tell from feeling like your hamstring is fully on, is all on, you know. Oh, there we are. I missed that section.
2 reps, yeah. We always try and tick boxes. So on our posterior chain day, we'll just do some vertical jumping. On anterior, we'll do some horizontal jumping. So we're just going to load up a couple of dumbbells either side, dip down, explode up, and just stick that landing.
Okay, cool. And that is
just 3 sets of 2 reps.
Oh, lovely.
Nice and easy. You want to prioritise plenty of rest in between.
Yeah.
Ensuring the quality is nice and high then.
I've seen it a few times. Do you know what I really like about your session here? You can see this, Alf, on here. This is like the back end of where the coaches work, where they do all the programming. You very rarely, which I like, by the way, go into, well, you don't. I've seen the 2 full bodies you've done. You very rarely go into double-digit reps, which I like. I'm so used to just doing like 8 and below. 8 is like high rep for me. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if it's a sport thing, but I much prefer low reps. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why, but like this now is only 2. I see some people like program like 5 and 6. Like, what's the benefit of 2 compared to 5 and 6, for example?
We want to do things with quality. First and foremost, obviously power. We want to make sure that, you're doing it quality. Like, I mean, if you want to develop the power, you want to get faster, you want to get quicker, you want to be more explosive, you need to do things with quality. So doing reps at the highest quality with plenty of rest, ensuring you're getting that recovery to make sure it transfers. And that's the...
No,
if you're going into 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 reps, it's far from what you need. So... I did a 10K yesterday, so I'm not looking as explosive as normal. So and it's my first 10K in like 20 years. So how would pre-season or off-season look for you when you were playing? Like, sort of, obviously with international things in mind and stuff like that, but how would it, so I have my views on how pre-season and off-season should look, and obviously within football, how would it look for rugby? Like, how would that be planned?
Rugby, we started off with, which I don't know, maybe we have like a week to build into it. So like we didn't just do testing and everyone pull their hammies, but we always then would do like a 30-15 test. And then from there, then they could work out which group you'd be in for your paced runs. So rather than just put everyone on a line and go right halfway and back, that's gonna be very different for a winger to a flanker to a prop. So it would depend on your 30-15 score. You'd be then put in groups, so everybody would run different, very specific distances, and then those distances then would just get nudged up. A lot of the start of it was very much like, I think the thing with rugby boys as well is it's very hard to make them rest. Like it's just a very, like, training culture-wise, like you need to make them stop training. So all the boys will still be doing beach weights in their off-season. So you haven't got to worry about their tolerance to gym when they come back, because most lads will be doing some sort of gym. So there's a massive focus on like kind of just like strength development for the 3 months, because when you're playing the season, oh my God, your body's so banged up. It's the only time of the year, 3 months, where you can really focus on like some
block of training.
To really build up the fittest I got was doing 2 sessions a week in running throughout my pre-season, and they were like sort of paced runs. That was good. And then like 3 3 weight sessions a week, and like you get strong and fit as hell off that.
Yeah.
And there might have been like a Saturday kind of we used to call like game replacement day when we got closer to pre-season matches. So that would then incorporate like bags and runs and sleds and tires. They get a bit more match specific type fitness, but it's actually very simple. That it was just runs and it was gym, and it was get strong, get fit, and then it got more specific then as during the middle of pre-season. Then your third month is actually very rugby specific then, because rugby sessions are in, running sessions go, so you try and build in conditioning blocks within your rugby sessions. So it'd be like a 4-minute big conditioning block into then like a rugby.
That's your real big and into more specific type stuff.
And then it was good as well because the coaches were big advocates of like training skilled under fatigue. So it's really easy to do catch pass when you're fully fresh, but can you catch pass under a massive amount of like neuromuscular fatigue as well? So we used to do like neuromuscular fatigue exercises. So it'd be like you might do like one big conditioning block for 4 minutes, have a minute rest, then you do like a 30-second neuromuscular sort of block. It might be like a stick above the head with a hurdle, and you just be over the hurdle as quick as you can in 30 seconds, burns up the hip flexors, then into passing drills, and like, it challenges your accuracy. So so I might butcher that answer, but it started very basic. You get more specific along the line, but it's just big rocks, get strong, get fit, and then
exactly what we would do really.
So I might take my shoes off for this. Anything against that from a coach perspective? You don't mind that, do you? Or I quite like deadlifting barefoot.
I deadlift barefoot. I mean,
it's better than
look at the
those
soles
things.
on them. They're way too spongy. So
I normally do have lifting shoes, but I don't know why. It's something I bought recently. I saw some guys just trap barring without any shoes on, and I tried. I just feel you're really like grounded. Do you know what I mean? Like into you could got your toes in there.
If you've got squat shoes on, you've got heels elevated, which you probably don't want, do you? With you want it nice and flat. You want
it's true.
Posterior.
I don't really have an issue with ankle mobility, so I don't really need the shoes to help my ankle mobility. You know. You know, like reps on warm-up sets. I can imagine it'd be like some people watching being like, I'll do a set of 12. Set of 8, set of 6, and I'll do my 3s. Like, how would you recommend a younger athlete to warm up to a prep set? How many prep sets would you say? How many reps would you prescribe?
I think obviously for as specific as we're doing it now, so a contrast set, so like heavy light, we want obviously ensure that we're doing it properly and progressively. So you're going to be lifting well into the 100 odd, 200 odd kilos on this. So like it needs to be progressive, but I would always stay within the rep range, and I just make small like 10% increments. So it might take a good 5 minutes to warm up, but like things done safely. What I would say is this is the A series, so this is the meat and veg or the meat and potatoes.
What do you mean by A series?
So this is, so what I say is always prioritize the A series. So this is the main lift. So if you can't do anything else today, like
make sure you get this.
This is done. Even if you got, I don't know, in a chaotic schedule, if you can come in, Wobbs, just do so you've done your hammy isos, you've done your jumps, and you've done your A series or your
always do your activation and stuff.
Always do activation, but this is going to be the main priority of the lifting session. So if this takes 20, 30 minutes and it takes that long, then that's the main priority. So that's what we're going to realize off. So. And
that was 50%. That's not 50% of what I'm doing here. That's 50% of 1 RM. So that's more of like is that like a strength speed kind of?
So that's going to be, so it's sort of like contrast.
I'm not jumping with that then.
No, so this is going to be a deadlift, we're going to move in nice and quickly.
What was the rep range again, as I can't remember?
5 and 3.
5 and 3.
At your peak, how strong were you in these sort of lifts?
God, I remember if I was training legs for volume, like pre-season to kick us off, I was doing like to like a bench like this. We always squatted to like a bench here. I'd be doing like 180 for 10.
Always box squatting.
Box squatting 180 for 10. And then deads come in later, and then we used them more for power. So I never really did a max dead.
Right, okay.
But it would have been above 200 odd. Which sounds big, but like that's quite, once you strength train for a while, that's quite achievable for a lot of people. It sounds really far-fetched, it's not that far. The strong guys are 300 plus, like they're the big boys, you know. So I wasn't like a strong boy. I was strong, but I wasn't like the strongest boy. I was much more like a jumper. Like so CMJ was good and 10 meters was good. But my main lift was squat then clean. But I'm like catching it here. Like,
Yeah.
you're not catching it low, but my clean was like a 145 and I was good, but I'm catching it quite high. So like, it's probably a snatch in the real world, do you know what I mean? If you actually coached it, but. So yeah, 145 clean. My squat was a 235, remember when we did testing? 235 for a box squat, yeah.
It's funny because you talk about these sort of lifts, stuff like that, like exceptional lifts, but I always, in my mind then, I always compare them to football and how we were doing in football, like the numbers you never get
Actually,
to.
this is one thing I probably learned, and even the coaches I had when they look back, they learned. They're like, what they realise is though, once you're at 210 on a box squat, is the risk of is it worth going to 235?
Yeah.
They're like, probably not. You're probably just better off holding that 210, but then just moving 100 way more explosively. Do you know what I mean? Like, because your strength ceiling's good enough. Like, you don't need to get it even higher. Now your strength's there, then just work on power. So it's like an athlete. And they go, what do I work on, strength or power? It's like, well, how strong are you? Yeah. If you're really strong, then it's like, okay, we probably don't need to do as much strength as normal. We can just hold you there, maybe build you up a bit, but we'll really focus on power because your rate of force development is really poor.
Yeah.
So like, but if your rate of force development is like exceptional, but then your max strength is like quite a way off. It's like, mate, if you increase your max strength ceiling,
that's going to push me.
Yeah, it's going to kick on everything else. So it depends on what your weakness is, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
it's all on athlete profile, and it always depends on what you need.
Well, that's why I think it's good when they come in to you boys for SP. Because when they come in, you can gauge that. Like, there's one thing you can do on a virtual call, but if you can see someone face to face and just profile them a bit, it gives you a much better picture of what their weakness is. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, apologies for the grunting. Whoa, there we are.
Nice.
Still a bit of power in the old dog.
It looks like, yeah.
Oh, do you know what, probably two tips on me, Al, actually, is just if I'm giving like a younger person doing this, is when they're pulling it, is to never like sort of be like placid and then just pull, almost like pull 10%, 20%, nothing's going to move, so you're braced and then lift. I think a lot of low back problems come where people are like kind of flat, like a bit chilled, and they suddenly go brace and lift in one go. I almost like brace for half a second, and then that bar just naturally comes up a little bit. So if anyone's new to deadlifting, just think about that. Don't just rip it straight off the ground. Brace first set. As you're putting it, just 10, 20%. And after a second, then you lift. And it's just, I think, a bit safer way of doing it. Okay, 3 to 4.
So ideally, we want shoulders, hips, and sort of
straight like
knee
that.
aligned.
Yeah.
We're going to go for try and kind of overload that eccentric. So try and go for 4 seconds, low as you can. So what I always encourage in Nordics, like they are really good exercise, and obviously we are eccentrically loading, but I would say just work with the range that you've got.
Oh, do you want me to come back up as well?
No, well, just like
just lower.
Like if you've got,
I don't know, I'd be able to.
But just sometimes, even if it's a small range, like even if it's a.
So you don't mind just doing 4 seconds to if I get to here and then pull back?
I think just
work. I give that a go second set, yeah.
Also, just work within the range that you've got. Like some people like try and work all the way down. I mean, that's quite advanced.
Oof, that's what I was thinking. I thought rather than pull back up, I was just going to try and just touch the bottom, but that's a lot of strength.
Yeah, it's a lot of strength, but I say it's quite an advanced exercise. It's a brilliant exercise, and it serves a really good purpose, but like work within your range.
Yeah, cool.
See some really, really strong boys in this, to be fair.
This is why I bet the football boys come into their own. Yeah, because I think you guys, well, do you know what, our back three, so our in rugby, our wingers and fullbacks, they'd always finish a training session on the field.
Yeah.
Like the forwards would be back in the gym, the good pros anyway, doing all their shoulder prehab at the end of the day. Yeah. You do your activation before weights, but then you kind of do your extra prehab at the end of the day. You only got 5 minutes before weights, which is enough for most people, but those who've got dicky shoulders need more. So I'd always be back up there with a few of the other big boys who were like, well, I'm not the big boys, but the other big lads, rugby lads, doing their shoulder prehab. Then all the back threes would be doing like their hammy work, because they wouldn't want to do this and then go straight into like high-speed running. Do you know what I mean? So they'd often do their main, they're like what you call your A series, and they come and do their like almost like
supplementary work.
What do you call my robustness kind of like resilience exercises at the end of the day after like after a 5K training session, for example. Do you know what I mean? Oh, sitting right at the edge there. I'm not getting back up. I just go down. God. How far? I wasn't moving very far there, was I? No. Okay.
But again, I can be a progression.
We are our weakness highlighted. So I need to do more hammies.
work where you
So what
can.
would you say now? Do you reckon I should stick in that like really small range of motion and come back, or just do an eccentric?
There's different ways to program it. You could do a couple of phases of isos in that position, or in working.
So
with
get
that
there and
range.
just hold.
Yeah, get it hold, a couple of reps of that. Or
I might try that one then.
Or
Just
you
as
can just try and, like typically with Nordics, just try and fight it as
try and
long
get
as you
through
can.
it,
Yeah, and that range will come with. We're now into barbell military press and one arm row, so we're going through our upper body bit now. Obviously, total body. We still want to get some hypertrophy.
Yeah.
Obviously, football-wise, it's not a massive priority, but it's in regards to the specificity of it.
Yeah.
But like, we still want to put some tissue on. We still want to get people strong overhead and still horizontally. So.
Cool. So it's just those. Oh, nice superset. Lovely.
Yeah.
All right.
Military. 3 times 5 to 7.
On the military, yeah.
On the military, and then we'll one arm row it, and then we'll finish some ab work in. It's quite simple. It's quite a simple workout. I mean, you're getting your heavier stuff in, you're getting your lighter stuff in.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're getting your sort of speed strength like stuff in, which is great. And then obviously we'll get some upper body hypertrophy, then some core work to finish again. So
Nice.
Good.
I had to give you extra one then, Al, because you come over on 7. I had to do 8.
We're gonna have some fire on here, mate. Fair play. How was that session-wise? Taxing, not too taxing? How did it feel?
Lovely, good. It's hard enough. Do you mean like it's hard? Like you're still getting a lot of you're getting a good number of upper body sets in there.
Yeah.
Good number of lower body. Like it feels like a pre-season session. I mean, like getting a good bit of work in there. But again, it's not. It's stimulation, not annihilation. That's it. So that's good. Oh, legend. That was a nice one. Yeah.
No, it's good.
Football performance. I love that. It's good. Thanks, mate.